This is the very first episode of an all-new show called Roadkill Garage with myself, David Freiberger, and him, Steve Dulcich, and we are going to show you how to do the wrong thing the right way.
This time, we maim a 351 Cleveland and your car, the 67 Cougar.
I can't deny it. My theory here is that two guys working on a car like this can get the engine out and do a quick dingle ball rebuild on it with new rings and bearings in it, new gaskets, and they can get all of that accomplished over the weekend, starting Friday afternoon after work, and then by Sunday, being able to drive the car to work again. That's my goal. Are you ready to fire it up and see actually what's wrong with it?
Something wrong with it?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly good motor.
Well, let's see.
No, it has a lot of lifter clatter, and I don't think that it's a solid lifter Cleveland. See?
It sounds pretty good to me.
By roadkill standards, this is like new. It does that. Isn't that annoying? So yeah, we're about to break the seal and ruin it. So I just want to tear it apart, dingle ball hone it, put new bearings in it, make sure the crank isn't totally gacked, and paint it all nice and purty. And if we have time, even paint the engine compartment and throw it back together and fire it up, drive it away.
When?
By the end of the weekend.
All right, sounds reasonable.
I've never done a Cleveland before. Kind of looking forward to it. The Cougar is just like a 67 Mustang mechanically. It's got a 3-inch longer wheelbase. So, I don't know. It's like an ugly version of a popular car. This engine is a 72 351 Cobra Jet. It's a Cleveland engine, whereas they did not put Clevelands in Cougars or Mustangs until 1970, so somebody has swapped this in here. It has the same bell housing bolt pattern as a regular Windsor 302 that would have been in this car, 289 actually. So it's a fairly easy swap, same motor mounts too. But the heads are completely different, so the exhaust manifolds are different. We should have had this thing out by now. We're dragging.
I'm a little rusty on the Fords.
My goal for the end of today is to have the engine out and completely disassembled.
I don't think there's a petcock on the radiator.
Oh, there isn't. When I bought it, the guy had gacked it off with a tie-down strap. And so I just JB welded a patch onto it.
I'll get the big splash pan then.
Yeah. How's the flood?
Not as bad as I was expecting.
It's a pretty good distance on the splash there. Oh man. Dude.
What happened? Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
My money says you have no mop. So at this point, all we have to do is take off the bell housing bolts, the exhaust, and the motor mount bolts, and it's ready to come out. We were talking about whether we should take the transmission out with the engine or leave it in the car, and we're going to leave it in the car. That way we don't have to deal with like the shifter and all that other kind of junk or the drive shaft. We're going to take apart the engine from the bell housing and hope that the engine will slide forward enough to get off the input shaft of the transmission, right?
Yeah, it should come out no problem. You want to get underneath and undo all the bell housing bolts?
Are you volunteering me right now?
That's the fun part, right?
There's something I never found in a motor before. Butter knife.
I'm just gonna let the starter dangle by the wire. Is that okay with you?
Yeah. These are the two bolts that I took out of the motor mount. Check out how they're two different sizes, and this one's coarse and this one's fine. This one was just like dangling freely in the block. Oh yeah, we're home free. So you can tell by the way the water's hitting the ground.
Yeah, that's how you can tell.
Yeah,
Right?
It's usually the key.
You think we should put a pan under there or wait till it completely drains out and then put the pan in?
It's crazy talk. Just let it drain. Well, the extraction took longer than it should have, but it was way too easy, which means we're going to have a huge problem putting it back in. We're pretty much on schedule right now. Still Friday evening.
Hopefully we don't have any burnt valves though.
I know, that's what I'm worried about.
We'll see.
That and ring ridge.
I didn't really hear it misfiring though.
No.
You really want to back these out a little at a time, but yeah, we're swapping it out anyway.
Assuming the parts we got are correct, don't jump to conclusions.
clutch looks like brand new.
It does.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Let's look at the disc.
Oh, wow, that flywheel's all heat checked to the max. Okay.
Yeah, it's like they put a new clutch on a destroyed flywheel.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's not very good either.
Man, that was slipping.
There's a lot of heat marks and slippage here on the pressure plate and a few little cracks. Look at that. That's a big crack. And this is like polished smooth and smells like bacon. Check it out, bacon.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's junk. But even worse, look at the flywheel. All these little cracks in it. I mean, it's not horrible. It could be surfaced or whatever, but I got a new one. Yeah. Not that bad. Wow. Kind of impressed. Oh, there's our dead guy right there.
Oh boy.
There's our clatter. This is a really common problem on an old motor that hasn't been running zinc in the oil and it's got a flat tappet cam. The lifter and the cam where they come together will just eat each other. Probably what that is. Okay, let's go ahead and pull the heads.
Taking the heads off is probably the most significant part of the whole process, right?
That's the most fun because we get to find out if they're open chamber or closed, which they're open, and then
You get to see how,
get to see what the ring ridge looks like.
yeah, that'll pretty much tell you if your engine is pretty good or total garbage or trash or junk.
The biggest concern we have in doing a home rebuild job like this, where we're gonna hone the cylinders ourselves and just bang pistons in and out of it with new rings, is that the top of the cylinders can have what's called a ring ridge, which is when the ring on the piston comes up and creates a bunch of wear in the bore and leaves a groove at the top. That means there's a lot of cylinder wall taper, and it means you can't really hone it with a dingle ball like we want to do. So right now is the moment where we're gonna find out if we're gonna be victorious or pretty much pack it in and go start drinking beer. We're also gonna myth bust right now because this is a 351 Cleveland 4-barrel. And one of the reasons you know that without taking the engine apart is this 4 that's cast in the end of the cylinder head. And a lot of people believe that there is a dot cast next to it. Some people call it a cannonball in the internet lingo.
Really?
But that means that it has an open chamber. This does not have the dot on it, and I'm betting it's still an open chamber.
So it has no cannonball.
That's right.
That means it's closed chamber.
Right.
All right.
It's not though.
Oh man, how
my-
can it not be if it doesn't have the cannonball?
Nope, my money says
The internet
open chamber.
says
Yeah.
the cannonball.
Okay, moment of truth. It all comes down to this right now. These are actually closed chamber heads. Open chamber has no intrusions like this. It's actually a perfect circle. This has a pad right here which will lend some quench to it. It actually has a little bit around the plug here too.
Yeah.
So that is a closed chamber head without cannonball. Very cool.
That's a score.
I'm impressed. That's a good score.
Yeah. So it
Wow.
gives us a little more compression too.
We just grew up a lot.
Yeah.
Watch, this one will be open chamber. What we're doing now is taking the lifters off the camshaft and having a look at them. And the deal is, if I have any intention of reusing this cam, I have to use the lifter that came off that lobe back on that lobe later. So
You
we
gotta
have to.
put them back in the same place they came out of.
Exactly. This is something you don't want to do on a lifter you intend to reuse. Wasted. Okay. Textbook example of wasted. So you can see right here, this is a good lifter, completely flat on the bottom, but this one is concave, actually dipped in because it's been wearing on the surface of the cam. When we pull the cam out, you'll see that that lobe is just destroyed. Because that's trash, that basically means every one of these lifters is garbage.
Yeah.
This lobe is completely destroyed. You can see right here how the top of this is virtually round and has a wear mark, and you can feel it. See how the one next to it actually has a sort of a point to the lobe, and that one does not.
And that change in height in the lobe is what opens and closes the valves.
Junk. So end of the first day, we got the engine out of the car and everything is gutted on it, and there's a lot of good news and bad news. The good news, closed chamber Cleveland heads. Bad news, they're garbage. What's gonna burn us tomorrow is I didn't get cam bearings, and those have to be replaced. The rest of the night's just gonna be a whole lot of cleaning and then painting tomorrow when it's not as freezing cold.
We'll clean this spotless.
Yeah. Meanwhile, tacos. It's Saturday morning. Remember how last night I told you we were gonna stay up really late and clean a bunch of parts? Yeah, that didn't happen. We did, however, make our own home-brewed caustic solution out of, I don't know what, soap and lye and a whole bunch of stuff. So parts were self-cleaning overnight.
I call it the sauce.
Don't shoot it in your eye.
Do you think the parts are clean in there?
I'm not reaching in there.
No, you don't want to.
Find out if it actually cleaned parts or if you're just completely delusional here. Well, that's not pristine.
Well, you gotta hose it off.
Should I touch this?
No.
No?
Get a rag. You'll be all right.
Too late. It totally burned my fingertips in that amount of time.
I know, but see how much cleaner it is right there than there? So that proves it works.
Not bad.
Look at that.
What happens when you scrub it?
It doesn't take any of the rust off, but it'll take all the grease.
I think the fact that these weeds are still growing pretty much proves there's nothing wrong with this. You ever realize that you actually have well water?
Yeah.
Where do you think this is all going?
And your point is?
It appears the Dulcich concoction worked. The grease hosed off, but we're still gonna have a lot of grinding to do. You wanna just go ahead and tune out for a while we clean all this stuff up? Steve's pressure washer is neither. That's not roadkill.
No.
You're a little too good for us.
You look like a Star Wars character.
This is a brush hone. What it's gonna do is it's gonna put a new surface in the cylinders, basically honing out the bores very lightly. What I'm using here is diesel fuel. That's my lubricant, and it also helps clean out the slag and grit and debris while we're honing this thing out. It's a cheap and quick way to resurface the cylinders for this kind of overhaul.
This front cam bearing is absolutely destroyed, and I've called a bunch of people locally and we can't get one till tomorrow, but if we don't get one till tomorrow, we're never gonna get this finished and back in the car by tomorrow. I think we're just assembling it.
We are just totally screwed on this one. Let's give up and just call it good enough.
When all else fails, just decide that it's fine. What time is it? It's time this thing should have already been assembled. 4:45 Saturday evening. In a perfect world, you would have this professionally polished at a minimum. In our world, we're slapping it back together.
It's not going to be any worse than it was before.
Aside from the parts that are terrible, this motor is pretty good. That is a tapered piston ring compressor, which is pretty cool. It is tapered like this so that when you push the piston down, it squeezes the rings in so that they'll go in the hole. It's pretty cool.
Square?
Smack it. Stop. Do you want to submerge the lifters?
No.
No? Do you have a pre-luber?
No.
You don't have a pre-luber for a Ford?
It's called starting the motor.
Wow. We're really going to that level.
Starting to look like a motor.
I have to point out, you realize that we spent more time on cosmetics than we did on things like, the destroyed cam bearing, or the broken cam plate, or the not very good crank journals.
Well, it looks good. Focus on the positive here.
I was really, really optimistic yesterday when we got the engine out of the car and completely torn apart and got some progress, and then things just started to go downhill sometime in the middle of the day. And then the next thing you know, you're standing here at 10:30 at night with zip ties forming an extension on your dial indicator so that you can find top dead center from the underside of the motor. Now we got a bunch more junk to button up on this thing. When we come back tomorrow, we'll finish off whatever's left, then drop it in the car, fire it up, and get out of here. It's Sunday morning now. We were here till 2:30 in the morning last night doing all sorts of little detaily stuff that was pretty boring. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Right now we're gonna slam the intake manifold on it and the valve covers, which will cap off the motor. We've got to get it off the stand, put a clutch on it, and then slam it in the car and fire it right up. Coming down, coming down, coming down.
Oh,
What?
Popped right in place.
Oh, it's installed.
Boom.
Boom. Bam.
Boom.
Only boom? Dulcich has a new catchphrase, is boom. Look at that. Doesn't that just put a tear in your eye?
Oh man, That was almost too easy.
What's gonna happen?
Well, it didn't really put up a fight, did it?
No, but something's gonna happen now. There'll be some reason we have to take it back out. All that's really left now is exhaust, carburetor, spark plug wires, alternator. Look how long the cardboard was.
I know.
I was expecting much more. I just wrapped up the flawless and time-consuming spark plug wire installation, which reminded me to give you the Roadkill Garage zip time moment. Now, I've surprised every time I do this how many people have not seen how to make a spark plug wire separator with zip ties. So I'm gonna show you what to do. First thing is, get them nice in order. You're gonna put one of them here and then simply slide a zip tie in between each wire. You gotta keep all of the zip tie tails on the underside so that they can't be seen. It's those little things that count when you're building garbage. So once you have all of them in loose like this, now's your opportunity to make sure all the wires are exactly where you need to be, and then tighten each individual zip tie in between the wires first. Once you're done with all the individual ones, you can tighten up the overall one, snip the tails off, and bam, flawless plug wire separator made out of zip ties for virtually free. Look at that list. Fan, done. Plug wires, done. All right, wiring harness.
Working on it.
Oh.
Almost done?
Almost done. Okay, turn the key. This will be the very first fire, and we do need to rev it up and break the cam in, but I'm thinking the timing's probably questionable.
You good?
Sure.
It doesn't work.
What did you do?
I don't know.
Are there two starter bolt hole sets? Then you got it in the wrong one.
Did you get the right diameter flywheel?
Oh. We never even looked at that. Oh, that would suck. The old clutch was... Oh, fail.
11 inch?
Yep, that's the problem. Oh, that blows.
Freiberger, you've got to be freaking kidding me. That flywheel is way bigger than the one that we put on there.
Wow, that is the stupidest thing ever.
There's no salvation now whatsoever.
We're gonna try and push start it in here. And, oh.
We're gonna have to tow it.
Ooh. Stop! Debacle. It's a month later. Does that surprise you even a little bit? I don't think so. Since the last time you saw us here trying to drag start the car out front, which was complete redneck butchery, we've actually put this thing together pretty right. We made sure we had power to the ignition, set the ignition timing, fixed a massive fuel leak that I'm glad we didn't burn ourselves to the ground last time. And we've got gas in the carburetor, so it's gonna fire right up, right?
Well, yeah, if you got the right size flywheel in it this time.
I think so.
Yeah. You wouldn't make that mistake twice, would you?
It runs good and sounds terrible, but that's not gonna stop us from driving it. The radiator leaked really, really bad. Fortunately, it did not overheat though. I'm trying to C-clamp it together so it'll hold water long enough to go do burnouts for your entertainment. Whoa! Why don't you pull over? We just run out of gas? Figured. Out of gas on the side of the road. That's a perfect way to end the very first episode of Roadkill Garage. Check us out every single month on MotorTrendOnDemand.com. Sometimes we'll be working on roadkill cars, doing some crazier stuff, getting stranded, hit by garbage trucks.
Yeah, I was wondering if we should stop that guy and ask him to give us a ride to the gas station.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go do that while you come back and see us next month on MotorTrendOnDemand.com.
Ugh, this thing weighs a ton.
That's all you got? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Try and push again. Okay, back me back up. For some reason, there's no second gear.
You're kidding me.
It's in second.
So I just wasted that whole push?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try it.
Boom.